Today I'm going to rattle through my experience with a mousepad that I don't see much excitement for in the peripheral community. Personally, I feel like it's a great example of how to create a compelling and competitive product in 2025. Today we're talking about the Ghostglides MEKA. The MEKA has an alpha cell base, and this is a divergence from the previous Ghostglides pads which have used a polyurethane base. And I always enjoyed the polyurethane base because it sticks well to the desk and it felt a bit foamy in its texture. But with that texture comes inherent softness, which I actually like, but I do prefer a firmer pad more generally. And this is where the MEKA's alpha cell base comes into its own. It's a lot firmer than the polyurethane base used on the previous products, and I'd say it sits between a soft and a mid or firm base that you would get from LGG or Artisan. The base works well with dot skates in my experience, which is useful considering Ghostglides are also the most premium brand in that space too. The final point on the base is how secure it feels on the desk. It's immediately locked into the desk surface when you lay it flat. It's so securely in place, and it was a great feature of this pad. The surface is also really nicely balanced. It doesn't feel too fast or too slow. It's marketed as a loose thread twisted cotton balanced surface, and if I'm using a really muddy pad, one that's very controlled, I find myself almost fighting against it to push it through the friction. And if I'm using a very fast pad, I have the opposite experience where I feel myself having to pull back and correct my aim more, making my aim less consistent overall. But with the balanced surface provided here, I get a very nice blend of those performance characteristics. I think it's a very safe surface for most users, not only experienced peripheral enthusiasts. And when I got the pad out of the box, it felt very textured initially, which was maybe just the static on the surface from the packaging. When I had removed the static, it felt much smoother and not abrasive to me personally. If I want to use a sleeve, I use the Pulsar eSports sleeve, and it works great on this product in my experience. The size is also nice. It's 490 by 420, which is the ideal size for most setups. The stitching is subsurface, which means you won't get any scratchiness on your arm in use, and it's done to a high standard. And the design of the pad is also really cool. It looks to be inspired by Titanfall mechs, and we've got the usual story panel design here that we're conditioned to with the Ghostglides pads. I love the aesthetic of the Ghostglides brand, and I haven't let us down here. And the intelligence applied to the light and dark contrasting here is quite impressive. The dark spots are located in high traffic areas, and the white areas are located in lower traffic areas, which should mean you won't see too much discoloration due to skin contact in those white areas. And I've used this pad now non-stop since the 24th of January, and I can't see any degradation on the surface colours, including the white spots. The unboxing experience of this pad is second to none. The attention to detail, the cool aesthetic, the black and white colour gets me every time. I've put a short video of this experience at the end of the review, so you can see what you'll experience if you buy one. And finally, the price. The MEKA is $39.99 in the UK with free delivery. It's €54 on Max Gaming and $52 on Lethal Gaming Gear's website. It's very affordable. I don't think anyone else is providing this experience at this price. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on why no one else seems to be talking about this pad. Let me know down below. I'll be using this pad for the foreseeable future. Thank you to Ghostglides for lending me the unit to review. I love your stuff, dude. Keep on grinding. Alright, enjoy the unboxing now. Bye bye.